Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of World Eats and Beats. You're with DJ Nathan Study, and you're following A Taste of Abroad. Now, tonight we're going to be cooking up a dish that I really love. So fresh, so vibrant. One that comes from Vietnam. It's not strictly a traditional dish, but I think you're really going to enjoy it. So what we're going to be cooking up today is a Vietnamese chicken noodle bowl. So we've got some beautiful salad that's going to go in there, some herbs, we've got some chicken, really good marinade that sort of goes well as marinade and the dressing as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to get started on this. So what we need to do first is the marinade and the dressing will combine together to be the same thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to have about 3 to 4 cloves of garlic. This is for about 4 people. Normally I would use fresh lime juice, but I haven't got any fresh limes, so I've got my little backup here, which is a bottle of lime juice. So we're going to put in about 3 to 4 tablespoons of that, and fine. Along with that, we're going to have about 4 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar. If you haven't got rice wine vinegar, you can use white wine vinegar. Perhaps only use 3 tablespoons then. It's perhaps a little bit stronger. We're also going to use 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. If you want to make this gluten-free, you can use tomato sauce. 2 tablespoons. Only use light or normal. Don't use dark because that will be too strong. We want about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil or neutral oil. We could use peanut oil, something along the lines of that. We're going to go in with 1/4 cup of water, and to balance that out, we are going to need a little bit of sugar, but if you look at it across 4 people, it's not that much, so we're going to need about 4 tablespoons. So 4 tablespoons in there. Okay. Now, we've got some great tunes going on here too. This is a really excellent remix of from Clapton. I really love this. It brings back those old school vibes, but has some really good sort of a newer sort of beat aligned to it as well. So just going to mix that in. Now, what I'm also going to do is I'm also going to put in about a tablespoon or so of olive oil into this hot pan. And I pre-sliced our chicken. We've got chicken breast here. Slice it through horizontally, so they're in half. And we're going to put half of the marinade in with the chicken. So we're going to reserve about half of this, because half of that's going to be the dressing. So we're going to put that on, and about half of that there. A bit of that sugar in there as well. Now, normally, for the purposes of the video, I'm not going to marinate this, but normally I would recommend to marinate this for at least an hour, but perhaps even longer than that. So I'm going to get our chicken in there. Now, also I'm just going to be cooking up half of our chicken today, just for the purposes of the video. So we've got half of that marinade in there. That's sizzling along really well there. I'm going to get another tune lined up here, ready to go. Alright, so we've got this another great tune coming through. This is a little bit of a newer one from one of my favourite, I would say, perhaps a little bit newer on the scene, a German DJ, Super Lover, as his remix here of Urcha Yellow Jello. really a nice vibe with this, so pretty sort of chill, normal sort of stuff that I like. Alright, so we've got the chicken going there. That's reducing down great. So we need about 3 minutes or so on each side. 3 to 4 minutes to make sure it's all cooked through. Medium-high heat is where you would want that. Now while that's going, I've actually boiled up some water here. And normally for 4 people you'd want 200 grams of rice noodles, the vermicelli noodles. Now we're just going to cover that with boiling water there. These noodles are great, they really don't take long to cook at all. You just sit them there in the boiling water, 3 minutes or so, become nice and soft, and then you'll need to drain them after that. So the chicken's going really well there. Now the great thing about this marinade too is not only you can use it both as a marinade and dressing, it also will get this lovely brown sort of caramelization on the chicken as well. So I'm just going to give that chicken a flip over there. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful colour coming in there. That sugar in there is just giving it a great caramelization with the soy sauce, and the acid's going to cut through as well. So keep that one going there on the pan. While that's going, we might see if we can get another tune lined up. This is a great one from Adam Ford. It's been out for a little while, but I've absolutely loved this. It's called Someone to Love. Really great as well. Now, in terms of the salad ingredients that we've got, we're going to go with reasonably sort of traditional sort of ingredients. We've got some bean sprouts here. I like to put the chili on over the top because the chili means that each person can choose their own. So some people can have lots of chili, a little bit of chili, no chili, which is great, you know, if you've got kids or people that don't like too much spice. I've got some spring onions that I've cooked up here as well. We've got some carrots, which I've cooked up finely, chopped up, sorry. I've got some red capsicum there as well. With Vietnamese cooking, it's very common to use some herbs as well. Two of the most common ones are coriander and mint. I've got some coriander here. You could try other herbs if you don't like either of those, if you don't have them. You could try perhaps some basil, parsley, something along those lines. But I would definitely recommend if you can get some coriander or some other herbs in there. You can use different vegetables to this. You can mix it up. You know, some people might want to do a bit of lettuce, something sort of along those lines. You know, this is coming along here. Absolutely beautiful sizzling up there. So what I might do is I'm just going to get these noodles now. I'm going to get some water running through here. I'm going to put them through on the strainer here. And I'm just going to get all that starch out of there. Now, I'm just going to make one bowl up for the purposes of the video. I'm going to get these noodles in there, see if I can get them. They like to stick together, which is, you know, sometimes a little bit of a pain, but you can use a knife or some scissors or something to try and cut them off. They will be a little bit hot, so you know, with your hands, just make sure you don't burn yourself. So we've got that there. Now we're going to start building these noodle bowls. So for this one, we're just going to put a little bit of everything all around. So a little bit of coriander. We've got some spring onions there that we're going to put into, a bit of coriander. Some bean sprouts there on the side, which will be great. We've got some carrots here. And just to break things up a little bit in the middle there, I'm going to put some of this red capsicum too. And then just a matter of constructing it really how you like it. So we've got some more spring onion, Why not a little bit more coriander there? That's looking amazing. Chicken's looking pretty good there too. Now, what I normally recommend with the chicken is you can put it on a bowl like that, but what I normally recommend is to get a plate and you'll want to cut the chicken up into little bits. So, get that over there, get a knife out, and we're going to cut that into slices. So I'm going to go over this lovely bit of chicken here, put this on the plate. Now, you can let it rest for a little bit, but I personally, I like the chicken to be piping hot. So I'm just going to cut through there. Oh, look at that. Nice, still nice and soft, juicy and tender there. With that lovely sort of char to the edges. So I'm going to cut that up there. And what we'll do is we're going to arrange this over the top. And a nice line there. Look at that. So that's sort of starting to look pretty good there. Now, what you want to do from here on in, you want to get some of this dressing. Now, be quite generous with the dressing if you like, and just pour the dressing over the top there. Make sure you get like an even coverage. Look at that. Now, I couldn't find a Vietnamese beer today, but we do have a country that's fairly close. We do have a Thai beer, Chang beer. I'm not going to say it's the best beer in the world, but it does work well if you've got some spice in your food here. And I forgot, I'm just going to put a little bit of chili over the top there too, which will give it that heat. And look at that. You've got your Vietnamese salad bowls, absolutely beautiful. You know, bursting with flavour. You've got, you know, the saltiness here that comes through from the fish sauce. It's definitely not fishy. It's just a bit of saltiness. You've got the soy sauce here, gives it a lovely flavour. Rice wine vinegar, which gives it some acidity, along with the lemon juice. And some sugar there to balance that out. So I think this is one that everyone's going to love. If you want to, you can omit the noodles to make this a really light sort of dish, but yeah, I like to make a bit more of a meal, and it's absolutely amazing.